Wild Willie T's Arm Wrestling and Strongman Rants, bringing you commentary, news, and insights on the two sports I love the most, both from a fan's perspective and a journalistic perspective, but with a twist. Lots of rants. Hey folks, and welcome to another show for my fans who've been waiting for a review of King of the Table 4. Well, I took about 24 hours to digest. I had some things going on in the family and in the community, so I was kind of busy. And here I am recording my reaction video to King of the Table 4. For the haters out there who think I'm going to disappear simply because Devon Larratt lost that super match last night, well, you got something else coming. Predictions are predictions. Was I wrong? Absolutely. But we're going to get into that. Last night at King of the Table 4, Irakli Zarikashvili pretty much destroyed Marcio Barbosa. I had predicted that Marcio would win that in a close battle, but Irakli came seemingly a hell of a lot more prepared for Marcio than he was for Todd Hutchings. So hats off to Irakli Zarikashvili. He pretty much used the defensive top roll and really beat Marcio. Marcio fouled out the first round, 3 fouls, and then Irakli completely destroyed him in round 2. And then I believe it was after round 4, Marcio gave it up because he had some sort of injury. So Irakli won that match 4-0. Now the second match of the night was Cory West against Alex Kurdecha, and a lot of people are wondering if Cory West should be in the discussion when it comes to top world super heavyweights, and I think he answered that question, and the answer is yes. He ended up conceding the match after 3 rounds with a problem in his pec. Now I say after 3 rounds, but I think Cory's inexperience here may have played a factor as well. When in the first round, I think they must have like went at each other 5, 6, 7 times in the first 2 rounds with different fouls going on, and then they went to replay a few times. Cory definitely proved that he's strong enough to be there. I think it's his experience that killed him, or his inexperience that killed him. He was able to hold on to Kurdecha, but why he held on rather than just go to the slip, he allowed Kurdecha to damage, because Cory West was known for not being able to get his hand, like no one could bend his hand back. And in the first, the first 5 or 6 times that they actually went at it, some of them were fouls, so that they didn't result in pins. Cory kept holding on to him, and even Neil Pickup at one point questioned why Cory was holding on to him, because every time you hold on like that, you're using and losing strength in your hand and your wrist. Cory ended up losing. He ended up conceding after 3 rounds due to, like I said, pectoral issues. So Alex Kurdecha won that one. I guess you could call it 6-0 because it was supposed to be a 6-round super match, and it just never saw it because Cory bowed out. Then came Devon versus Levan. And in the first round, when I was watching live, I actually recorded some of my live reactions. I had the video camera going on. I'm not going to bother showing you round 1 because I was watching it. I was smoking a bit of pot. I was certainly a fan yesterday, not a commentator. And to be honest, after the first round, I thought Devon might have had a chance. It looked to me almost like Devon didn't quite get pinned, but then if you slow it down, and I did that today because I screen captured it, and when you slow it down, it's clear that he was pinned. He definitely got pinned. There's no question about it. After round 1, Devon seemed to believe that he had something. Devon seemed to believe that he had stopped him. I don't know, like, Devon seemed rather excited after the first round, and I think he might have even poked the bear.
Devon got some punches there. Devon got something going. I got this guy. I'm going to get him. I'll tell you what, mate, I was about to say the same thing. Normally it's Devon Larratt.
Because if he had any purchase in the first round, the second round proved to be very detrimental. Levan seemed to get angrier after the first round. I mean, Devon basically poked him after round one. And then in round two, Levan pretty much did what he promised he was going to do. He ripped Devon Larratt's he ripped Devon Larratt's arm off. Didn't rip it off literally, but in round two, Devon Larratt sustained injuries. And during the match, Neil picked up on it. I picked up on it. And after round two, there was no chance of Devon winning that match. There was just no way. He was injured. He even tried to go inside with Levan. There was nothing Devon could have done that could have changed the result of this match, in my opinion. What was interesting, though, is Levan did show some emotion after round one. He did show some emotion, and finally we got to see what exactly he thought of everything leading up to the match, where basically he gives almost like a suck it to Devon Larratt, and it happened so fast a lot of people didn't pick up on it. And if you watch it carefully in slow motion, you can see that that's exactly what he was doing, was basically a suck it to Devon after round one. And Devon was still poking the bear. Devon still decided to poke the bear, and he pretty much got his arm tore off. Here, I'll show you right now when I was watching round two, and you'll see that I'm pretty quiet. It's not often I'm speechless, but I was speechless after watching what Levan Saakashvili did to Devon Larratt in the first two rounds of this match. Bill Collins is applying the strap here. Devon is trying to get as much purchase on Levan's hand as he possibly can. Devon's got sweat dripping off his nose. Levan's sweating.
It's not possible to come out without a scratch. And he wants every single moment of this to result in scratches and wounds for Levan Saakashvili. He wants it to be a horrible experience. No place to rest. No place to breathe. And is Saakashvili up to that test? It's a new test. This is a man who spent his life in a foreign environment. This is an F1 car. But right now the road again. Big drive! Levan Saakashvili right there was absolutely biblical.
Levan is smiling, says no chance, nothing. Wow.
Saakashvili, and I'll tell you what it is, the people around the world that said there were levels in power will be really celebrating right
Devon
now.
just got flash pinned. Levan flash pinned him.
It looks like Levan Saakashvili is oceans ahead. What concerns me is did some injury occur in Devon Larratt's arm there at the start, because the way he dropped that match, we may have a bicep injury there. He was definitely feeling at it.
You can see when Devon is ready to go. Look at him now. There is something wrong. He's not counting Levan. He's staying away. He's checking his arm.
He felt something there.
He felt something. Yeah.
Something happened there. And it wasn't actually on the fin.
I think Devon got hurt.
It was as he moved away, he felt something, and you can see it in his face. Let's look at watch that bicep. No, it looked okay. It looked intact. It looked okay.
We know Devon is ready to break his arm on the table.
And then, of course, when it was all over, Devon Larratt, being Devon Larratt, presented the legacy hammer to Levan, and did so with quite a bit of class, in my opinion.
Honestly, I mean, there's a lot of things that went into the making this match. You never go into a match wanting to lose. I put my heart, my soul, my life into getting ready for Levan. What can I say? He's the pinnacle. He's Everest. I have no excuses. This is, without question, the strongest, best everything that I could have brought to the table. I guess, without further ado, I mean, let's do the honors. Levan, I joked that I would be your teacher on the table. Tonight, you are clearly my teacher. One of the great things is I wanted to make sure that this was in the right hands. And I knew long ago that it was a possibility, not just a possibility, but very likely, that this hammer belongs in Georgia, with the king of Georgia, with the king of strength in the arm wrestling world, Levan Saginashvili. Thank you for letting me be part of your legacy.
So, I was wrong, but there are a lot of professional arm wrestlers and a lot of experts out there who thought the same thing I did. What happens here is this really sucks for Levan, because who the hell is he going to fight? I mean, Devon Larratt doesn't feel there's anyone in North America that can beat him. John Brzenk was interviewed, and he doesn't feel there's anyone in North America that can beat Levan right now. And it's bad for Levan, and in a way, it's good for Devon Larratt, because Devon right now, you can be sure that people like Hermes Gasparini or Gennady Kikvena or other top arm wrestlers are going to want a shot at Devon Larratt. Because I don't think anyone on earth right now, can defeat Levan Saginashvili at this moment. At this moment, right now, as we speak, I don't think anyone on this planet can defeat Levan Saginashvili. He's at another level. I had no idea that level of arm wrestler could exist. I knew there were, like, I've seen Devon and other arm wrestlers take on strongmen and defeat them. Levan Saginashvili is like a strong man, but he's also a strong man trained for arm wrestling. In other words, all those arm wrestling specific exercises he does on the table, obviously it translates to the table. Obviously, he wasn't really concerned about getting hurt with Irakli during practice. Obviously. And there are people out there saying, well, you know, Wild Willie T, you and others may have cost people money on their bets. Listen, all I did was hype up the greatest arm wrestling match in the history of arm wrestling, and I used my analytical skills, my journalist skills, and I used all the information that was available to me to hype up this match. And there was a part of me that felt that Devon Larratt could legitimately win. And there was a part of many arm wrestlers out there, including people like Todd Hutchings, who felt that Devon might have had a legitimate chance to win. And when I said 4-2, 4-3, I was giving Levan props there. I didn't think Levan's endurance could handle it. But obviously, Levan's got it all. And like I said, it sucks for him. He's got that legacy hammer now. He's supposed to defend it, but who the hell does he defend it against? Sabin Badalescu called out Levan today. It'll be interesting to see if Jerry Cadaret defeats Gennady at East versus West. That'll be interesting to see what happens there. Maybe Big Daddy Cadaret wants a shot at Levan. And we haven't seen Jerry in a while, so God knows, I know how strong he is on the weights. He's a strong man. And the other guy, and he might be too young yet, but what about Schoolboy? You put Schoolboy on a strict pancake diet for 2-3 years, and you never know what's going to happen there, do you? Devon Larratt also appeared today. Today, Devon Larratt appeared on, well, not today, but right after the event, he did an interview with Matt Rhodes. It's not a long interview. You can go to his webpage, Matt Rhodes' webpage, where he discusses his injury immediately after the match. And it looks like Devon tore his bicep and did damage to his hand. Now, I hear a lot of Devon Larratt haters out there, but the guy tore his bicep and damaged his hand in round 2, and then continued to fight round 3, 4, 5, 6 with the strongest arm wrestler that ever walked on the planet. If Devon Larratt doesn't deserve props just for that, there's something wrong with people. So for me, Devon Larratt, as far as, you look at pay-per-view events, would people still get hyped up for a match between Devon Larratt and Hermes Gasparini after all the trash talk there? I'd say so. Would people get hyped up for a match between Dave Chafee and Devon Larratt? Well, I'd say so. Would people get hyped up for a match between Devon Larratt and Alex Kurdecha? I'd say so. How about Devon Larratt, Cory West? I'd say so. So I don't know. I'd say right now Devon's going to take months off. For anyone who's questioning, I mean, Devon said it himself. He was as strong as he could be. We saw Devon in the last 6 months do things in North America and with North American arm wrestlers that we've never seen anyone. What he did to Michael Todd back in May of 2021 had never been done to Michael Todd. And people can make up all the excuses they want for Michael Todd on that day, but he hadn't had COVID, he hadn't had the problems with his hand, he hadn't had any problems at all, and claimed to be the strongest he had ever been. And Devon Larratt wiped him. So listen, like I said, all the credit to Levan Saginashvili, all the credit to the Georgian arm wrestling team. They're phenomenal. But for the love of God, don't take away the accomplishments from the accomplishments of Devon Larratt. It's sickening to see people do that. The man fought 4 rounds with a torn bicep, like a champ. It takes kahunas. It takes balls the size of beach balls to do that kind of stuff. So am I going anywhere? No. No. I mean, if I was gonna delete a YouTube channel just because I got a prediction wrong, or just because I got a few predictions wrong, well, that'd be pretty stupid. And I'm not gonna delete the videos I did. I legitimately believed it. I legitimately believed that Devon Larratt had more than a good chance at winning. I underestimated Levan Saginashvili. I think everyone on the, well, not everyone on the planet underestimated him, but they underestimated him. Levan says that this is the strongest he's ever been. He was, I believe, 10 kilos heavier to face Devon Larratt than he was to face Dave Chafee. So there are some things that they both said leading up to the match that were complete malarkey. And then there are other things that they said that turned out to be true. And I tried my best to offer my perspective and my predictions. No one necessarily makes predictions without their heart being in it somewhat. So I guess my heart was in it somewhat when I was making my predictions, and I don't think I'd change them. So I apologize if anyone feels that YouTubers cause them to lose money. But listen, we're all adults. If Pradeep had watched some of my videos and actually accepted some of the challenges that I offered, he'd be $200 richer. But he never got back to me publicly. He just ignored me. Pradeep from Arm Wrestling News. And props to Pradeep. He predicted the match correctly. Props to many people who predicted the match correctly. But I'm not just going to give up on something because I had a few wrong predictions, because my guy didn't win. You're out of your mind. There's still lots to report on. Wait till you see my next video, and I tell you who just called out Devon Larratt to a fight. A mixed martial art fight. That's what it sounded like to me. Someone actually called out Devon Larratt for an MMA fight. You're going to be shocked to find out who it is. So for now, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share the content. And for all the haters out there, keep watching. It increases my watch time. Keep hating. I love the comments. And for all the supporters, thank you very much. I'm done now. If you like what you see so far and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like the videos. If you'd like to follow the work I do covering world issues and political issues, you can check out my work on Rumble or BitChute. Look for Canada's Red Pill and you should find me. The links to my social media accounts and methods of supporting me financially are in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm Wild Willie T, signing off from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada.